Hello and welcome to another Moto video. In today's video is bike cleaning day. I've just returned from a trip to Wales and my bike is absolutely filthy. I have one or two new products to show you. Let's see how we get on. Okay, before we take a closer look at the cleaning products, let's have a look at the bike. Hopefully the camera will pick it up. As you can hopefully see, it is absolutely filthy. A lot of rain on my return journey, so a lot of road grime. It's in definite need of some TLC. As you can see, absolutely filthy. Right, so let's move on and have a look at these cleaning products. Now, these products are from Germany, and the brand is S100 by Dr.wack. Dr.wack sounds like Dr. Evil's older brother from Austin Powers. So anyway, what have we got here? So we've got motor wash, rim cleaner, a premium microfiber sponge, a matte wax spray, a gloss spray, bike shampoo, chain cleaner, and a metal polish. Now, I've been informed these products have been tested and approved by our German friends at BMW, Volkswagen and Audi. So if they're happy to use it on their premium cars, I'm more than happy to give it a go on my Honda. So let's grab bucket and sponge, hose pipe, pressure washer, and see how we get on. Right, so the first product I'm going to try is the rim cleaner. Now, it says to apply it to a cold and dry rim. So the bike's been in the garage all night, so it's as cold and as dry as it's going to get. So, and then apply, covering the whole rim, and then leave 3 to 5 minutes, and then use a strong pressure of water to rinse. So let's start applying the rim cleaner. Let's see what happens. I would normally have the bike on centre stand, but we just had the driveway re-tarmacked, and I don't want the stand digging in. So yeah, normally I would have it up on the centre stand and spin the wheel round. So we'll do the best we can in this situation. So let's crack on. I've been told that you just spray it on, you don't need to agitate, do anything. So let's just see. Right, it's had its 5 minutes. Let's give it a rinse. Okay, so that's all the product rinsed off. Let's let it dry before we crack on and wash the rest of the bike and see what the results are. Okay, the wheel is pretty much dry. I would say it's got 90% of the road grime off. I mean, if you look at the forks here and then compare the wheel, there are a few tiny little bits that haven't gone, but that might have been down to my liberal coverage, shall we say. But I would say in the main, 90% of the road grime has gone. Again, if you look at my swing arm and the wheel, it's much, much cleaner. So first impressions, yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all. I think it would benefit from a detailing brush, you know, to get into those little nooks and crannies. But yeah, like I say, 90% of the grime has gone. I think once we wash the rest of the bike, that will then take the remainder of the crud with it. So okay, so let's crack on. Okay, so let's just apply the motor wash. Basically, you can leave this on the bike, I think, for up to a maximum of 30 minutes, but I think that's governed by outside temperature, because obviously you don't want to let it dry. So if you work on the rule of, say, 10 minutes and the bike is still nice and wet, then you shouldn't have any issues. But yeah, so it's 30 minutes at temperature of 15 degrees C. So basically allow the gel formula to act between 10 and 20 minutes, depending on the outside temperature, a maximum of up to 30 minutes. So let's apply the motor wash and see how we get on. Regardless of the product that you use, I always apply top to bottom, so any excess will run down and hopefully take the crud with it as it goes, or at least work into the crud on its way. Okay, so that's the motor wash applied. We'll allow it to do its magic over the next 10-15 minutes, and then we'll rinse off and then apply the bike shampoo. Okay, so we've attached the S100 to the pressure washer, and then apply over the bike and see how we go. Okay, so that's the bottle empty. So again, we'll let it do its magic. Now remember, it's not a snow foam, this. It is a shampoo. So, you know, you're not going to get that same effect. So, time for a cup of coffee, I think. Cheers. Right. So that's now rinsed off. So basically the last process now will be to wash the bike by hand. So again, I would say pretty damn good. 90% of everything is just gone. There's just a few traces of dirt still there. Obviously, you know, you're going to have to rinse one more time and then do a bit of detailing to get the bike looking showroom fresh again. But in the main, yeah, pretty good. Okay, let's just bring you in for a closer look. So again, we need to wash the bike by hand. I mean, black is one of the worst colours for showing up dirt. It really is. I mean, some of the plastics, you know, they're going to need a back to black or a plastic polish on there, but you know, no different to other products that I use. The engine looks factory fresh. Same in and around the front wheel. All of the bugs have gone off the front. Same in down low here on the foot guards. All of this was absolutely caked in muck. Apologies for my neighbour's dogs. So yeah, pretty impressive. First impressions, very good. I mean, the best product I've ever used for cleaning has always been Autoglym, and I would always say they are the market leader, and I'd always score them a 10 out of 10. I'll give you my final score at the end of the video once I've gone through the whole process. But yeah, Autoglym for me is the product, but you know, it's not cheap. So right, I'm going to finish off my coffee and then we'll get to washing by hand. I'll speak to you in a while. Okay, so the final process is the microfiber sponge. It's not a mitt, it's in essence just like a car sponge with a microfiber cloth on it. So let's see how we get on with that. So just in my bucket of water, I'm just using the bike shampoo as I did in the pressure washer. Right, that's the bulk of the bike washed. The mitt, I would say, sorry, the sponge, it's great on the body parts and things like that, you know, where you've got a big surface area. But getting in the nooks and crannies and things like that, it's you ain't getting in there. So that's one thing I would say with the sponge. But you know, a minor thing. So right, let's rinse the bike off for a final time, and we'll go over everything prior to giving it a detail. It will need a detail, most definitely. A lot of the plastics have lost their showroom freshness. That's one thing I will say over other products that I've used. Normally a wash and a wax and a rinse off, the bike does retain some sort of a freshness. This is definitely going to need detailing afterwards, but the bike is clean, you know, 100% clean without a shadow of a doubt. So I don't mind detailing. You know, it's therapeutic for me, but that's something, you know, you need to bear in mind. You know, if you want to wash and go and your bike look showroom fresh from my first experience of using the Dr.Wack S100. You're going to have to detail it afterwards. Right, let's crack on, and then I'll give you my scores at the end of the video. Okay, so I've just let the engine run for a few minutes, so if there's any water line anywhere in and around the engine that you can't see, just let that evaporate. So what I'll do now is just, with the bike shampoo in the Oxford bucket, is just go over with a chamois cloth to help with the drying process, and then we'll have one last final inspection before I crack on with the detailing. Okay, so there we have it. That's the bike now fully washed. I've just lightly gone over it with the chamois cloth. So let's have a look in more detail. So in and around the hugger, the swing arm, pretty good. Now bearing in mind, with that microfiber sponge, you struggle to get in there. There are some bits I need to get to with my detailing brushes, i.e. just in underneath there. But like I say, I'm being really picky. The plastics, you know, they look, you know, it's clean, everything's clean, but just a little bit flat. You know, there's no showroom shine freshness to it, but like I say, that's not too much of an issue. That can soon be brought back up again. Around the front, all the bugs that was on the screen, gone. Around the front, again underneath the foot guards and everything, this was absolutely filthy. Again, there's a few tiny bits of road tar there that again we can get at with detailing brushes. Engine again looks pretty much like new. In and around the exhaust, there's a few bits here in there, like I say, that you're not going to get at with that sponge. Don't want to sound like a broken record, but detailing brushes will get that up again. Same again along the swing arm here as well. A few little bits on the number plate. I'm being really picky, but you know, I do like my bikes to look as good as the day they rolled out the factory. It's the way I've always been. Some say it's a curse. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for the S100 by Dr.Wack. I think all in all, you know, in terms of elbow grease used, not much. You know, it's most certainly cleaned the bike, and the only thing I will say, you know, it's not left that showroom shine as I would expect, say, with an auto glim. You know, it's not acidic in any way. It doesn't look like, you know, there's no horrible cloudy milky marks anywhere that you'd expect from, you know, a strong detergent. Nothing like that. It certainly doesn't have that detergenty, you know, feel on your hands that you get, you know, when with some of these more aggressive cleaning products, you know, like a TFR or something like that. Certainly not that at all. So no worries on that front of it damaging any of the components on the bike, that I am certain. So what would I score this out of 10? Like I say, Auto Glim, 10 out of 10 all day long. Dr.Wack, S100. I think I'm going to give it, for cleaning, getting the grime off, you know, with very, very little effort, I'd give that a 9 out of 10. In terms of it, with the finish, looking showroom fresh, a 7 out of 10. And I think that's, you know, me being fair and honest. You know, very, very good product. One I wouldn't hesitate to use again and carry on using. I mean, I will. I mean, I've been given, you know, for full disclosure, I have been given that cleaning product to test. So I shall carry on using it. No issues at all. Okay, just before I end the video, bit of brain fog. I've forgotten I'd got the spray on wax. So what I'll do, all the body parts, the plastics, I shall spray that with the Dr.Wack S100 spray on wax, and then basically in and around the engine casings and bits and pieces, I'll use my Oxford Mint silicone detailer, just so I can get all the hoses looking nice and shiny again. So yeah, so just full disclosure on there, all the plastics will have the S100 Dr. Wax on that, on the photos at the end of the video. Thanks again.